Spiritual awakening illusion. Why time does not exist for the chosen one. There is a glitch in your perception. A silent, persistent error that dictates every decision you make, every anxiety you feel, and every moment of suffering you endure. You believe that time is running out. You look at your age, your bank account, your unfulfilled dreams, and you feel the crushing weight of a clock ticking above your head. You feel that you are behind. You feel that you have missed the train. You feel that the best version of your life is slipping away into a graveyard of missed opportunities. But what if I told you that this feeling is a lie? What if I told you that time, as you know it, the linear path from birth to death, from cause to effect, is nothing more than a biological interface, a simulation rendered by your brain to help you survive in the third dimension? Albert Einstein, the man who peered deeper into the fabric of reality than anyone before him, concluded with a chilling realization. The distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. In physics, this is known as the block universe. It means that the past has not vanished and the future is not waiting to be written. They are all happening right now, simultaneously, frozen in a crystal of eternal existence. Your birth, your death, your greatest failure, and your ultimate triumph are all existing in the same now. So why does this matter to you? Because if you are watching this, you are likely one of the chosen one. You are not here by accident. You have felt it your entire life, a strange sensation that you do not belong to this timeline. You have experienced moments of déjà vu, precognitive dreams, or a deep, inexplicable knowing that greatness is waiting for you, even when your current reality looks like a disaster. That is not your imagination. That is a memory. You are not hoping for a better future. You are remembering a future that already exists. The reason you are suffering is not because you are late. It is because you are trying to force a multi-dimensional soul into a linear timeline. You are a quantum being trying to live in a Newtonian prison. Today, we are going to shatter the glass ceiling of time. We are going to use the principles of quantum mechanics, retro-causality, and the law of assumption to prove that you can contact your future self. Not metaphorically, literally. We are going to show you how to skip the waiting room of life and collapse the timeline, bringing the reality you want directly to you. You are not running out of time. You are just waking up to the fact that you invented it. Welcome to the spiritual awakening of your timeline. Welcome to the Matrix 963. Chapter 1. The Linear Trap. To understand how to hack time, we must first understand the prison you are currently living in. We must dismantle the linear trap. From the moment you were born, the Matrix programmed you with a virus. This virus is the belief in process. You were taught that A leads to B and B leads to C. You were taught that to get the reward, you must endure the struggle. You were taught that the version of you who is happy, wealthy, and loved is sitting at the end of a very long, very painful road called the future. This belief system creates the most dangerous frequency in the universe, the frequency of waiting. Biologically, when you are waiting for something to happen, waiting to get the job, waiting to meet the soulmate, waiting for the healing, you are signaling to your brain that you do not have it. You are affirming lack. And in the realm of quantum manifestation, the observer creates the reality. If you observe, "I am waiting," the quantum field will mirror that signal and give you more waiting. This is why so many of you feel stuck in a loop. You are manifesting the delay. You are using the law of assumption against yourself. You assume you are incomplete, so the reality assumes the shape of incompleteness. The linear trap convinces you that there is a distance between here, where you are, and there, where you want to be. But let us look at this through the lens of the block universe. Imagine a DVD movie. All the scenes, the beginning, the middle, the climax, and the credits are burned onto the disc simultaneously. They all exist at once. When you watch the movie, you experience it linearly, scene by scene. But does the end of the movie only exist when you get there? No. It is there, right now, in your hand. Your life is that DVD. The version of you who has already completed the shadow work. The version of you who has ascended past the dark night of the soul. The version of you who is living in total abundance. That version is not going to be created. That version is standing in the room, frozen in the block universe, waiting for your consciousness to shine the light of awareness upon it. The problem is, your consciousness is fixated on the struggle scenes. You are replaying the scenes of trauma, the scenes of lack, the scenes of heartbreak, over and over again, reinforcing the neural pathways of the past. You are addicted to the linearity. Neuroscience tells us that the brain records the past as memory, but what most people do not know is that the brain also uses those memories to predict the future. When you wake up and think, "Today is going to be just like yesterday," you are collapsing the wave function of your day into a predictable, linear line. You are trapping yourself in the past by calling it the future. This is why the chosen one often feels a deep existential exhaustion. It is not physical tiredness, it is the exhaustion of the soul trying to drag the heavy corpse of the past into the future. You feel late because you are comparing yourself to a timeline that does not exist. Society tells you, by 30 you should be married, by 40 you should be rich. These are artificial markers created by the matrix to keep you in a state of low vibration anxiety. When you are anxious about time, you are in beta waves. You are in survival mode. Your cortisol spikes. Your focus narrows. You are cut off from the theta waves, where the subconscious mind can be reprogrammed. You are cut off from the quantum field of infinite possibilities. You become a biochemical robot running a program of scarcity. But here is the paradox that the great mystics and quantum physicists agree on. To get to the future you want, you must stop waiting for it. You must realize that waiting is the affirmation of absence. If you want to shift timelines, if you want to perform a quantum jump, you must abandon the idea that the future is out there. You must collapse the distance. You must understand that the separation between you and your desire is not time, it is frequency. The only thing separating you from your future self is not 10 years of hard work, it is a shift in your state of being. As Neville Goddard famously taught, you must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, not as a mental exercise to get something in the future, but as an acknowledgement of what already exists in the quantum now. When you stop waiting, you stop pushing the reality away. When you stop acting like a victim of time, you become the operant power of time. The linear trap is a mirage. There is no path to walk. There is only a frequency to tune into. And the moment you realize you are never late because the destination exists right here, right now, the walls of the prison dissolve.
Chapter 2. Retro-causality. Now that we have dismantled the illusion of the straight line, we must go deeper. We must descend into the mechanics of how the future interacts with the present. We are entering the realm of retro-causality. In classical physics, cause always precedes effect. You kick a ball and then it moves. The past creates the future. This is the logic of the 3D world. But in quantum mechanics, this logic breaks down. Experiments like the delayed choice quantum eraser have shown us something that defies common sense. A choice made in the present can seemingly affect how a particle behaved in the past. Or more radically, the future state of a particle can dictate its past behavior. Time flows in both directions. This is the scientific basis for what the ancients called prophecy or destiny, and it is the secret mechanism behind your spiritual awakening. Think about the most painful moments of your life, the breakup that shattered you, the job loss that humbled you, the dark night of the soul that forced you to your knees. At the time, they felt like random chaos. They felt like bad luck. But looking back now, can you see the pattern? Can you see how that exact trauma was necessary to break your ego? Can you see how that failure redirected you to your true purpose? From the linear perspective, you survived the trauma and became wise. But from the quantum perspective, something else happened. Your future self, the version of you that is fully awakened, fully powerful, and fully aligned, reached back through the timeline. Your future self orchestrated the crisis. This is a radical thought, but stay with me. Your future self is like a magnet placed at the end of the timeline. It is pulling you towards it. Sometimes, to pull you out of a dead-end path, it has to break the road you are standing on. That gut feeling you ignored, that was your future self whispering. That sudden urge to turn left instead of right, that was a download from the future. That coincidence that saved your life, that was retro-causality. We have been taught that intuition is just our brain processing subconscious patterns from the past. But the Matrix 963 posits a different theory. Intuition is memory from the future. Because in the block universe, your future self is just as real as your past self. They are both broadcasting signals. The past self broadcasts signals of trauma, fear, and limitation. This is the noise of the subconscious reprogramming that you need to overwrite. The future self broadcasts signals of wisdom, power, and love. This is the signal of 963 Hz, the frequency of the truth. The confusion you feel, the anxiety of being the chosen one, is simply the friction between these two signals. You are standing in the middle of a crossfire. Your biology is screaming the fears of the past, but your soul is vibrating with the memories of the future. When you feel homesick for a place you have never been, or you miss a person you have never met, you are tuning in to the retro-causal wave. You are feeling the reality that is waiting for you to catch up to it. This explains the phenomenon of synchronicity. When you see 1111, or recurring numbers, or when you think of someone and they call you instantly, the matrix is glitching. The barriers between the timelines are thinning. These are not random signs from the universe. These are breadcrumbs left by your future self. They are markers saying, you are on the right path. Keep going. You are converging with me. Understanding this changes everything about how you navigate life. You stop fearing the unknown because the unknown is not empty. The unknown is inhabited by the most powerful version of you. You stop judging your past mistakes. You realize those mistakes were course corrections initiated by the future to ensure you arrived here. You realize that quantum manifestation is not about creating something new. It is about remembering something that has already happened in a higher dimension. When you desire something deeply, a burning desire that will not go away, That desire is not yours. That desire is the future you knocking on the door of your consciousness. The desire is the proof that the reality already exists. You wouldn't crave it if it were not already encoded in your timeline. So the question is not, how do I create my dream life? The question is, how do I tune my receiver to the station where that life is already playing? How do I accept the retro-causal hand that is reaching out to pull me up? Before we learn how to grab that hand, we must first acknowledge the connection exists. We must validate the signal. We must bridge the gap between the linear mind and the quantum soul. We need to send a confirmation code back to the future.
I want you to pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and look back at your life. Think of a moment where you knew something before it happened. Think of a moment where a strange coincidence changed your path perfectly. Think of that feeling of déjà vu that makes you feel like you have walked this path before. That was not an accident. That was the timeline folding. That was you touching you across the illusion of time. If you have ever felt this, if you have ever felt that you are remembering your future, I need you to confirm the signal right now. By acknowledging it, you strengthen the neural pathway to your higher timeline. You tell the matrix that you are awake. Scroll down to the comments and type 2 words. Type, I remember. Do not just type it, feel it. Feel the truth of it. I remember. You are remembering who you are going to be. You are validating the existence of your future self. Go ahead, type I remember now, and let the convergence begin. Chapter 3. The Waiting Room. The Physics of Stuck. If you are watching this, it is highly probable that you are currently navigating a specific, maddening coordinate of your spiritual awakening. It is the coordinate of absolute stillness. You have done the inner work. You have read the books. You have meditated on the 963 Hz frequency until your ears ring. You have sent your intentions out into the quantum field with the precision of a laser, and yet, looking around at your physical reality, nothing seems to be moving. The bank account is stagnant, the career is frozen, the specific person you wish to manifest is silent. The breakthrough you feel in your gut hasn't breached the surface of your 3D world. You feel like you are sitting in a cosmic waiting room, holding a ticket number that never gets called. This phase is dangerous. It is dangerous not because something is wrong, but because your interpretation of it is usually wrong. When the 3D world stops moving, the ego panics. The ego is obsessed with kinetic energy, with visible movement, speed, and tangible results. When it sees stillness, it screams failure. It screams you are blocked. It screams you have been abandoned. But in the physics of the matrix 963, we do not call this failure. We call this time compression. To understand this, we must look at the mechanics of energy. Think of a tsunami. Out in the deep ocean, a tsunami is barely visible. It is a massive volume of water moving at high speed deep below the surface, but on top, the water might look calm. It is only when that energy hits the shallow water of the shore that it rears up into a massive visible wave. Right now, you are in the deep ocean phase. Your future self, that version of you who is already living the reality you desire, is downloading a massive amount of data into your energetic field. This is a firmware update for your soul. Consider the biology of the chosen one. Your nervous system has spent decades wired for survival, wired for anxiety, wired for the linear struggle of the 3D matrix. If the universe were to suddenly drop the massive wealth, the intense fame, or the twin flame connection onto your current nervous system, you would blow a fuse, you would self-sabotage, you would burn out. So the matrix puts you in a holding pattern. This is what mystics have historically called the dark night of the soul. But let's demystify that term. It is not a punishment from a judgmental God. It is a biological recalibration. During this period, you might feel an intense desire to isolate. Relationships that used to drain you suddenly fall away. Hobbies that used to distract you lose their flavor. You feel a strange, heavy fatigue that sleep cannot cure. This is not depression. This is metamorphosis. You are being stripped of the density that cannot travel with you to the higher timeline. You are in the cocoon, and a cocoon to the outside observer looks like a dead leaf. It looks like nothing is happening. But inside, a complete molecular reconstruction is taking place. The caterpillar is dissolving into a soup of potential before restructuring into a butterfly. This waiting room is actually a pressure chamber. Physics tells us that to launch an arrow forward with lethal precision, it must first be pulled back. It must sit in a state of high tension, going nowhere, moving backward against the direction it wants to fly. The further back it is pulled, the more potential energy it stores. You are the arrow. The tension you feel, the frustration of waiting, that is potential energy accumulating in your field. Most people fail their spiritual awakening right here. They feel the tension and they think, I am going backward. They panic. They start forcing things. They start grasping. They lower their standards just to make something, anything happen. And by doing so, they snap the bowstring. They release the energy prematurely, and the arrow falls harmlessly at their feet. You must hold the tension. You must understand that the delay is not a denial. The delay is the mechanism of time compression. The universe is condensing 10 years of gradual growth into a few months of intense internal restructuring. When this phase ends, and I promise you by the laws of physics it must end, you will not just move forward, you will launch. You will experience a quantum jump so rapid that the time you spent waiting will seem like a necessary breath before the plunge. So how do you survive the waiting room? You survive it by refusing to wait. Waiting is a passive state of victimhood. It implies you are incomplete until something outside of you changes. Instead of waiting, start preparing. Look at your life. If the manifestation arrived this afternoon, are you ready? Is your house clean? Is your body strong? Is your mind clear? If not, then you are not waiting for the universe. The universe is waiting for you. Use this time to build the vessel. Strengthen your container, because the flood is coming.
Chapter 4. The Law of Assumption, the Quantum Overwrite. Now that we have stabilized your perception of the delay, we must learn how to actively collapse the timeline. How do we turn the key and exit the waiting room? We must upgrade our software from the law of attraction to the law of assumption. For years, the spiritual community has been obsessed with attraction. You create vision boards, you chant affirmations, you try to vibrate high to pull your desires towards you. But there is a flaw in this model. The word attraction implies separation. It implies that the thing you want is over there, and you are over here, and you need to drag it across space and time to get it. This reinforces the linear illusion. It reinforces the distance. In the block universe, where your future self already exists, there is nothing to attract. It is already here. You don't need to pull the radio signal to your car. The signal is already in the air. You just need to tune your dial to match it. This is the essence of the law of assumption, pioneered by mystics like Neville Goddard and now backed by quantum mechanics. The law states, you do not get what you want, you get what you are. You must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, not as a mental trick to get something in the future, but as a recognition of a truth that exists in the quantum now. Let's look at the neuroscience behind this, subconscious reprogramming. Your brain has a filtering mechanism called the Reticular Activating System, RAS. At any given second, your senses are bombarded with millions of bits of data. If your brain processed all of it, you would go insane. So the RAS filters it down to a manageable stream. But how does the RAS decide what to let in and what to block out? It decides based on your assumptions. If you assume, I am struggling and it is hard to make money, your RAS will view the world through that lens. It will highlight debt, rising prices, and job rejections. It will literally blind you to opportunities for abundance that are sitting right in front of your face. It blocks the wealth timeline because it contradicts your assumption. But if you radically shift your assumption to, I am the chosen one, and abundance flows to me naturally, the RAS is forced to reprogram. Suddenly, you notice a conversation you would have ignored. You see a solution to a problem that baffled you yesterday. You meet someone who opens a door. This is not magic. This is biology obeying quantum instructions. To perform a quantum jump, you must begin to occupy the state of your future self before the physical evidence appears. This is the hardest part for the logical mind. The mind says, show me the money and then I will feel wealthy. Show me the love and then I will feel worthy. But the quantum field says, feel wealthy and I will show you the money. Feel worthy and I will show you the love. You must be the first mover. You are the operant power. So how do we practice this? We practice identity shifting. When you wake up tomorrow, do not wake up as the person with the past problems. Wake up as the person who has solved them. How does that version of you brush their teeth? How do they drink their coffee? What is their internal monologue? Do they panic when a bill arrives? No, they handle it with calm authority because they know the resources are there. Do they check their phone obsessively, waiting for a text? No, they are secure in their connection. You must wear this new identity like a suit. At first, it will feel loose and fake. Your ego will scream, you are pretending. Look at your reality, it's a mess. Ignore the ego. It is just the echo of the old program. Continue to assume the state. Walk in the dignity of your future self. When you do this consistently, you create a time paradox in your energy field. Your physical body is in the present, 3D, but your frequency is in the future, 5D. Nature abhors a vacuum. The universe cannot sustain this mismatch for long. Because your frequency is fixed and stable, the physical reality must rearrange itself to match your signal. It has no choice. It is a law. This is why the chosen one often experiences sudden, chaotic changes, the tower moment, right before a manifestation. The old reality is crumbling to make space for the assumption you have planted. Do not fear the chaos. The chaos is the sound of the timeline bending.
There is one final heavy anchor that can prevent this timeline shift, no matter how hard you assume the new state. You can rev the engine all you want, but if the parking brake is on, you aren't going anywhere. That parking brake is your past. Specifically, the unhealed, unintegrated darkness of your history, the shadow. We cannot talk about time travel without talking about shadow work. Many people avoid shadow work because they think it means reliving their trauma. They think it means digging up graves and crying over old wounds. They think it is emotional torture. But in the context of the Matrix 963, shadow work is not therapy. It is physics. It is energy retrieval. Think of your energy field as a battery with 100% capacity. Right now, how much of that battery is available to create your future? If you are holding on to resentment towards an ex-partner from 5 years ago, that is 10% of your battery constantly streaming back to 2019. If you are replaying a moment of shame from your childhood, that is another 15% locked in 1995. If you are paralyzed by a fear of failure based on an old mistake, that is 20% frozen in the past. Do the math. You might be trying to build a massive new destiny with only 30% of your available power. No wonder you are tired. No wonder the law of assumption feels like hard work. You are spiritually exhausted because you are fractured across time. To jump to the future self, you must call your energy back. You must become whole. This brings us to the true meaning of forgiveness. Forgiveness has nothing to do with morality. It has nothing to do with being a good person. It has nothing to do with letting the other person off the hook for their bad behavior. Forgiveness is a selfish, strategic act of cutting the cord. It is looking at the event in the past and saying, I value my future more than I value my suffering. I am taking my energy back from this memory. Imagine your timeline is a long hallway. Behind you are doors. Some are open, leaking cold air and dark smoke into your hallway. These are your traumas. Shadow work is simply walking back, looking into those rooms, acknowledging what happened, and then gently but firmly closing the door. You don't deny the room exists, you just don't live there anymore. This process is crucial because the subconscious mind, the driver of your reality, is non-linear. It doesn't know the difference between a trauma that happened 20 years ago and a trauma happening now. If you keep replaying the memory, your body is producing the same cortisol, the same adrenaline, the same survival chemicals today. This chemical addiction keeps you locked in the old timeline. You are literally chemically addicted to your past self. To break this, you must descend into the shadow. You must shine the light of awareness on the parts of you that you rejected, the part of you that was weak, the part of you that was cruel, the part of you that failed. Accept them, integrate them. They were necessary versions of you. They were the training simulation that got you here. When you stop running from your past, you stop dragging it. And the moment you drop that weight, the acceleration begins. This is the secret of the quantum jump. It is not about adding more to your life. It is about subtracting the drag. When you are light, when your energy is fully retrieved and focused in the now, you become a projectile of consciousness. In the next section, we are going to use theta waves and sleep hypnosis techniques to bypass the critical mind and perform this energy retrieval directly in the subconscious. You have waited long enough. You have assumed the state.
You have cleared the path. Now it is time to meet the one who has been waiting for you. It is time to meet your future self.
Chapter 6: The Timeless State. Accessing the Quantum Operating System. We have established that the linear time you perceive is a simulation, a user interface designed for 3D survival. We have established that your future self exists right now in the block universe. But knowing this intellectually is one thing. Experiencing it and using it to reprogram your reality is something else entirely. The question remains, how do you bypass the firewall of the conscious mind to access this data? How do you enter the control room of the simulation? You must enter the timeless state. To understand this, we must look at the electrical activity of your brain. Right now, as you listen to me, you are likely in beta brain waves, 14 to 30 hertz. Beta is the frequency of the matrix. It is the state of alertness, logic, critical thinking, and crucially, separation. In beta, I am here and you are there. The past is behind and the future is ahead. It is a state of high friction linearity. While beta is necessary for driving a car or solving a math problem, it is useless for quantum manifestation. Why? Because beta acts as a guard at the gate. Imagine your subconscious mind, the vast quantum computer that actually creates your reality, is a vault. The beta mind is the security guard standing outside. When you try to use affirmations or visualizations while you are wide awake and stressed, high beta, the guard rejects them. You say, "I am wealthy." The beta guard looks at your bank account and says, "Access denied, false data." You say, "I am healed." The beta guard looks at your pain and says, "Access denied, reality check." This is why trying hard to manifest never works. You are shouting at a locked door. To open the vault, you must put the guard to sleep. You must slow your brainwaves down, past alpha, and into the mysterious twilight zone of theta waves, 4 to 7 hertz. Theta is the frequency of the subconscious reprogramming. It is the state you enter naturally twice a day, just as you are drifting off to sleep and just as you are waking up. In theta, the critical faculty dissolves. The concept of time evaporates. The separation between imagination and reality disappears. In this state, you are no longer a person with a history. You are pure, malleable consciousness. You are a ghost in the machine. For the chosen one, mastering the entry into theta is the single most important skill you can learn. It is the portal to the zero-point field. This brings us to a critical tool, sleep hypnosis. Most humans waste the most valuable energetic window of their day. They spend the hour before bed scrolling through the doom feed of social media, watching chaotic news, or replaying the anxieties of the day. They are literally programming their subconscious with fear, lack, and chaos right before the guard goes to sleep. Then they marinate in that toxic soup for 8 hours. They wake up tired, not because of lack of sleep, but because of spiritual exhaustion. You must do the opposite. You must treat the transition into sleep as a sacred ritual. As your body relaxes and your eyes close,
You are not just resting, you are commuting. You are leaving the 3D hologram to return to the quantum source. In those final minutes before you lose consciousness, whatever assumption you hold in your mind gets imprinted directly onto the hard drive of your soul. If you assume the feeling of your future self in this state, there is no ego to argue with you. Your nervous system accepts the instruction. Oh, we are wealthy now? Understood. Rewiring neural pathways. Oh, we are healed now? Understood. Releasing cortisol, activating repair enzymes. This is how you hack the time delay. By accessing the timeless state, you are editing the source code while the simulation is running in the background. But be warned, this requires discipline. The matrix is designed to distract you precisely at this time. It wants you to fall asleep worrying, so you wake up powerless. To be the chosen one means to reclaim your night. When you begin to utilize theta waves intentionally, whether through deep meditation, listening to 963 Hz frequencies, or practicing law of assumption visualizations as you drift off, you stop being a victim of the clock. You realize that time is just the distance between your waking thought and your sleeping assumption. And in theta, that distance is zero.
Now, a choice stands before you. You have the knowledge. You understand the mechanism of the block universe. You know how to access the theta state. But knowledge without action is just philosophy. Power requires a decision. You have spent enough time in the waiting room. You have spent enough time rehearsing your future instead of living it. The door is open. The guard is asleep. The timeline is waiting for your command. I ask you now, are you ready to leave the illusion of waiting forever and step into the river of the flow? If you are ready to collapse the distance between here and there, I want you to claim it. Do not just think it, physicalize it. Scroll down to the comments right now and type 2 words, the 2 words that signal to the matrix that you are moving. Type quantum jump. By typing this, you are sealing the contract with your subconscious. You are telling your reticular activating system to stop looking for obstacles and start looking for the bridge. Type quantum jump to activate the shift. Type quantum jump. Good. The signal is sent. Now, watch what happens when the reality begins to answer you.
Chapter 7. Signs of the Shift. Glitches in the Matrix. As you begin to dissolve the past through shadow work and reprogram your mind in the timeless state, you will initiate a chain reaction in your reality. You are effectively changing your frequency signal. And because the external world is merely a mirror of that signal, the image in the mirror will start to crack. The matrix will begin to glitch. For those undergoing a spiritual awakening, these signs can be terrifying if you do not understand the physics behind them. You might think you are losing your mind or that your life is falling apart. But you are not falling apart. You are converging. Here are the undeniable signs that you are collapsing the timeline and merging with your future self. 1. The glitch of synchronicities, 1111.
You will start seeing repeating numbers everywhere. 1111, 222, 333, 444. The skeptic dismisses this as confirmation bias. The New Age tourist calls it angel numbers and makes a wish. But the Matrix 963 views this through the lens of quantum entanglement. When you see 1111, it is not a random coincidence. It is a ping from the network. Think of your reality as a digital render. When the render updates, there are markers. Seeing 1111 is a signal that your Reticular Activating System, RAS, has locked onto a new pattern. It is a momentary synchronization between your present self and your future self. It is a handshake across time. It means the timeline barriers are thinning. You are walking in two worlds simultaneously. Do not just wish upon it, acknowledge it. Say, I see you, I am listening. 2. The frequency shift, ringing in the ears. Disclaimer: always consult a doctor for medical tinnitus. But if there is no medical cause, consider this. Many of the chosen ones report sudden, high-pitched frequencies in one ear. It comes out of nowhere and leaves just as quickly. In mysticism, this is the activation of the pineal gland. In our context, think of this as a bandwidth upgrade. Your energy body is learning to process higher voltage data. You are moving from a low-frequency reality, fear, survival, to a high-frequency reality, creation, love. The ringing is the sound of the adjustment. It is the static clearing as you tune into 963 Hertz, the frequency of truth. Do not fear it. Breathe into it. It is the sound of your operating system updating. 3. The Great Removal, vibrational dissonance. This is the hardest sign to accept. As your frequency rises, you will become vibrationally incompatible with certain people, places, and situations that used to fit you perfectly. Friends you have known for years will suddenly drift away or become hostile for no reason. A job that used to be okay will suddenly become unbearable. Your diet, your sleeping patterns, your interests, everything flips. Physics dictates that two waveforms of different frequencies cannot occupy the same space without dissonance, interference. If you try to drag your old friends into your new timeline, you create destructive interference. The Matrix removes them, not to punish you, but to protect your new energy. This phase often feels like the dark night of the soul. It feels like loneliness. But this is not a void of emptiness. It is a void of creation. The universe is clearing the furniture to bring in the new. If you cling to the old out of guilt, you stop the shift. You must let the dead leaves fall. 4. The night school, vivid dreaming. Your sleep will become intense. You may have dreams that feel more real than waking life. Lucid dreams, precognitive dreams, or dreams where you are being taught complex concepts. This is because you are doing your heaviest lifting in the Theta and Delta states. You are attending night school. Your future self is training you in the astral realm, preparing your subconscious for the life that is about to manifest physically. Pay attention to these downloads. Keep a journal. The blueprints of your destiny are often handed to you
while the beta mind is asleep. 5. The eye of the hurricane. Unexplained peace. This is the final, most definitive sign of the quantum jump. It is a paradoxical, almost eerie sense of calm amidst chaos. Your external world might be in a tower moment. Chaos, loss, uncertainty. The old you would be panicking, flooding the body with cortisol, trying to fix everything. But the new you feel fine. You feel like an observer watching a movie. You feel a deep, unshakable knowing that it is done. You look at the chaos and you don't see disaster, you see renovation. You realize that the destruction of the old is the only way the new can be built. When you feel peace when you should feel panic, know this: you have arrived. You have successfully shifted your assemblage point from the illusion of the 3D to the truth of the 5D.
Chapter 8. The Acceleration, Collapsing the Timeline. We have now arrived at the final paradox of the time illusion. When you stop waiting, when you access the timeless state, when you accept the signs of the shift, and when you release the resistance of the past, something miraculous happens to the speed of your life. You experience the acceleration. In fluid dynamics, there is a concept called drag. Drag is the resistance the air or water exerts against a moving object. The faster you try to force your way forward, the harder the medium pushes back. For most of your life, you have been living with massive energetic drag. The drag of waiting, the drag of trauma, the drag of doubting. You have been trying to sprint while wearing a parachute. But when you apply the law of assumption and enter the block universe mentality, you cut the parachute cords. You become aerodynamic. You become a superconductor for intention. Suddenly, the time lag between thought and manifestation begins to collapse. Events that used to take years to unfold now happen in months. What took months now happens in weeks. Sometimes you will think of a person and they will call you within the hour. You will need a resource and it will appear before you even ask. This is not magic, it is efficiency. You have stopped creating interference patterns in your own field. You are no longer fighting the flow of time. You are the flow. This acceleration is the hallmark of the chosen one who has fully integrated their spiritual awakening. You become a time bender. But with this speed comes a profound responsibility. We must speak of ancestral clearing. Many of you feel that this journey is lonely. You feel like the black sheep of your family. But in reality, you are the circuit breaker. Your DNA carries the data of thousands of your ancestors. It carries their unhealed trauma, their poverty consciousness, their fears and their limitations. They lived in linear time. They lived in survival. When you heal yourself, when you shift timelines, you are not just doing it for you. According to the principles of epigenetics and quantum entanglement, when you change your frequency, you send a ripple backward through your genetic line. You are the one who finally says, "The cycle ends with me." You are the one who breaks the generational curse of not enough time and not enough money. You are clearing the timeline for those who came before you, healing the past, and for those who will come after you, liberating the future. This is the true burden and the true glory of the chosen one. You volunteered for this assignment. You agreed to be the one who wakes up first, to brave the dark night of the soul, so that you could pave the highway for others. So do not fear the speed. When your life starts to accelerate, when the old falls away rapidly, do not pump the brakes out of habit. Do not say, "This is too good to be true." That is the program of the slave. Say, "This is the natural speed of my soul." You were built for this velocity. You have spent lifetimes crawling in the mud of the 3D matrix. It is time to remember that you have wings. The waiting room is officially closed. The preparation phase is complete. The timeline is open. Now we must seal this knowledge. We must take everything we have learned, the theory of the block universe, the mechanics of theta waves, the courage of shadow work, and we must encode it directly into your nervous system. We are going to enter the healing loop. We are going to use the theta waves to bypass your beta guard, guide you into the void, and allow you to finally stand face to face with the version of you that has been calling you home all along. You are not going to imagine your future. You are going to remember it. Prepare yourself. Close your eyes to the illusion of the ticking clock and open your heart to the truth of the eternal now. The jump begins now.
Now, we move from understanding to experiencing. We move from the intellect to the nervous system. We move from time to the eternal. Find a position where your body can be completely still. Uncross your legs. Uncross your arms. Let your spine be straight, like an antenna reaching from the core of the earth to the center of the galaxy. Take a deep breath in through your nose, filling your lungs until you feel the expansion in your ribs, holding that breath at the very top. Hold it. Feel the tension of the waiting room. And now, exhale through your mouth with a long, audible sigh. Let it all go. Let the tension dissolve. Let the waiting dissolve. Close your eyes. With your eyes closed, I want you to turn your gaze upward, looking towards the space between your eyebrows, the seat of the pineal gland, the biological receiver of frequency. We are going to initiate a countdown to slow your brain waves from the frantic pace of beta down into the deep, rhythmic, healing waters of theta. In this state, the critical mind sleeps and the quantum door opens. 10. Feel a wave of heavy, warm relaxation washing over your scalp, smoothing out the forehead, releasing the tiny muscles around your eyes. Your eyelids feel heavy, so heavy that they are sealed shut. 9. The wave moves down into your jaw. Unclench your teeth. Let your tongue fall from the roof of your mouth. Release the throat. This is the center of your voice, your truth. Let it be soft. 8. Feel the relaxation pouring down your neck and into your shoulders. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Let the burdens of the day, the burdens of the past, the heavy backpack of your old identity simply slide off. You are carrying nothing now. 7. The wave flows down your arms, past your elbows, into your wrists, and into the palms of your hands. Your fingers are loose. Your hands are open.
ready to receive. 6. Bring your awareness to your chest. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath. With every exhale, you are sinking deeper into the chair, deeper into the bed, deeper into the support of the earth. You are safe. You are held. 5. Relax your stomach. This is your solar plexus, the seat of your will. Let it be soft. There is no need to fight anymore. There is no need to protect yourself here. 4. The wave moves into your hips, your thighs, your knees, releasing any stored trauma, any urge to run, any urge to rush. You are exactly where you need to be. 3. Down into your calves, your ankles, and the soles of your feet. Imagine roots growing from your feet, anchoring you deep into the crystalline core of the planet. 2. You are now drifting, floating. You are weightless. The physical body is asleep, but the mind is awake. The mind is alert. 1. You are now in the void.
Look around you. You are floating in a vast, infinite space of velvet blackness. There is no floor, no ceiling, no walls. There is only potential. This is the 0-point field. This is the womb of the universe before the Big Bang. In this space, time does not exist. There is no ticking clock. There is no yesterday. There is no tomorrow. There is only the everlasting, pulsating now. Here, in this darkness, you are not a name. You are not a job title. You are not your mistakes. You are a point of pure consciousness, a spark of the divine. Now, in the distance of this infinite void, I want you to notice a light. It is small at first, like a distant star, but it is steady. It is vibrating with a golden hue. This light is magnetic. You feel a pull in your chest, a tug in your heart, drawing you towards it. Begin to move towards that light. You don't need to walk, simply intend to move, and you glide through the velvet darkness. As you get closer, the light grows larger, brighter. You can feel its warmth radiating against your skin. It feels familiar. It feels like home. As you approach, you realize this light is not a star. It is a doorway. And standing in the center of that doorway is a figure. They are silhouetted by the golden glow. They are waiting for you. They have been standing there, patient and eternal, waiting for this exact moment of recognition. Move closer. Step right up to the threshold of the light. Look at the figure. It is you. But it is not the you who is tired. It is not the you who is anxious about the future. It is not the you who doubts. This is your future self. This is the quantum you. This is the version of you who has already walked the path, who has already fought the battles, and who has already won. Look at their face. Notice the details. See the calm in their eyes. There is no panic there, only a deep ocean-like depth of knowing. Notice their posture. They stand tall, not with arrogance, but with the quiet authority of someone who knows exactly who they are. Notice their energy.
They radiate a frequency of abundance, of health, of total freedom. They are vibrating at the level of the solution, not the problem. They are looking at you with so much love. There is no judgment in their eyes. They don't see your failures. They don't see your delays. They only see your courage. They remember what it was like to be you, to be standing where you are, feeling unsure. And they are smiling because they know how the story ends. They know that everything you are worried about right now works out perfectly. They are stepping forward now. They are reaching out their hands to you. Look at their hands. These are the hands that have built the life you dream of. These are the hands that hold the reality you desire. Reach out. Take their hands in yours. Feel the contact. This is not imagination. This is physics. This is the bridge between timelines connecting. Feel the warmth of their skin. Feel the solidity of their grip. As you hold them, a circuit is formed. You can feel a current of energy rushing from them into you. It feels like liquid gold traveling up your arms, into your heart, and flooding your entire body. This is a download. They are downloading their memories into your mind. You are receiving the memory of your future success. They are downloading their confidence into your nervous system. They are downloading their peace into your cells. You don't need to know how to get there. They know. And by holding them, you are absorbing the map. Now, we are going to take the final step. We are going to collapse the separation completely. I want you to step forward, right into the light, and merge with this version of yourself. Step into their body, like stepping into a suit of light. Slide your arms into their arms. Slide your legs into their legs. Align your spine with their spine. Align your heart with their heart. Breathe. Feel what it feels like to be them. Look out through their eyes. See the world as they see it. The world is not a scary place to them. It is a playground of creation. Feel their bank account. It is abundant. Feel the security of it. Feel their relationships. They are loving, supportive, and free of drama. Feel their body. It is healthy, vital, and buzzing with energy. Claim this feeling. This is not a costume. This is your true skin. You are no longer waiting for this reality. You are wearing it. It is encoded in your DNA right now. The reticular activating system of your brain is locking on to this frequency. It is setting this as your new baseline. In this state of union, ask your future self one question. Ask them silently, what is the one step I need to take right now? Listen. It might be a word, it might be a feeling, it might be an image, it might be a sudden knowing. Don't analyze it, just receive it. Trust what you hear. That is your guidance. That is the breadcrumb from the future. Now, place your physical hands over your physical heart. Press down gently. Feel the warmth of your hands on your chest. We are sealing this vibration into the heart center. We are anchoring this timeline into the physical body. Repeat these words silently to yourself. I am here. I have arrived. I am no longer waiting. I am becoming. Time is my servant, not my master. I remember who I am. Hold this feeling. Memorize it. Every cell in your body is taking a snapshot of this vibration. You are magnetic. You are aligned. You
are the operant power. Slowly, gently, begin to bring your awareness back to the room. Feel the weight of your body in the chair. Feel the texture of the fabric against your skin. Hear the sounds in the room around you, but know that you are not coming back the same way you left. You have been upgraded. You have collapsed the timeline. The version of you who opened their eyes is not the version of you who closed them. Take a deep, waking breath in, filling your lungs with the oxygen of your new timeline, and exhale long and slow. When you are ready, open your eyes.
Welcome back. Take a moment to sit in the silence. Do not rush to check your phone. Do not rush to get up. Just sit. Drink some water if you can. You have just performed a massive energetic surgery on your timeline. Your nervous system is recalibrating. You might feel a tingling sensation, a sense of lightness, or even a sudden wave of emotion. This is normal. This is the density leaving the body. You have just accessed the blocked universe. You have touched the truth of who you are becoming. But before we part ways, I need to give you one final crucial piece of guidance. This is your safety valve. This is the anchor that keeps you grounded in your power. We have talked deeply today about the illusion of time, about living in the end, and about connecting with your future self. However, there is a trap that many fall into on this path. Do not use this knowledge to escape your present reality. Spiritual awakening is not about dissociation. It is not about living in a fantasy world where you ignore your bills, neglect your health, or bypass your responsibilities while you daydream about a quantum mansion. That is not mastery. That is escapism. And the universe does not reward escapism. True power is bringing the frequency of that mansion into the small apartment you live in now. True power is washing the dishes with the dignity of a king. True power is treating the difficult person in front of you with the patience and love of a master. True power is doing your current job with the excellence of the CEO you are becoming. The power is always in the present. The future is just a coordinate. The present is the engine. If you hate your present, you create resistance, and resistance slows down the time jump. But if you can love your present, if you can find gratitude in the chaos, if you can find peace in the waiting room, you become frictionless, and that is when the acceleration happens. So live here physically, but vibrate there energetically. Bridge the gap with your state of being. Remember, you are never late. In a universe where everything exists at once, late is a biological impossibility. You are exactly where you need to be to launch the next arrow. Every delay was a lesson. Every setback was a setup. Every moment of waiting was gathering potential energy. Trust the timing of your life. It is divine, it is perfect, and it is yours. Now, a final choice stands before you. You have the theory, you have the experience, you have met the future self. But the matrix is sticky. The moment this video ends, the world will try to pull you back into the old timeline. It will try to pull you back into the rush, the worry, the anxiety of the clock. You need to set a final, unbreakable anchor.
a declaration of sovereignty over your own time. You need to tell the universe that you are no longer a slave to the linear illusion. If you are ready to claim your power, if you are ready to stop chasing time and start commanding it, I want you to make a public declaration right now. Scroll down to the comments. I want you to type 3 words that shatter the illusion of the clock. Type, "I am timeless." Do not just type it, speak it as you type it. Feel the truth of it in your bones. I am timeless. When you type this, you are telling your subconscious mind that you operate from the eternal now. You are telling the matrix that you are playing by quantum rules. You are sealing the download you just received. Go ahead, type "I am timeless" now. And as you do, know that the shift has already begun. You have mastered the illusion of time. You have learned to jump timelines. But there is one final lock on the gate of the matrix. There is a level of intelligence that sits above the subconscious, above the ego, and even above the individual's soul. It is called the superconscious mind. In the next transmission, we are going to hand you the keys to this ultimate intelligence. We are going to reveal the final secret of the chosen one, how to stop thinking and start downloading genius directly from the source mind itself. Ensure you are subscribed and the notification bell is active. The signal is getting stronger, and you cannot afford to miss the final piece of the puzzle. I am you. I am the Matrix 963. Step out of time and be free. End of transmission.